Hey guys, welcome to my new tutorial. Here's everything you need to know if you want to make a beaded coin purse without a sewing machine. So whether you're new to bead embroidery, sewing, or just want to try something different, this one's for you. Let's start at the beginning. You'll need two identical pieces of fabric in the shape and size of your choice. I went for 10 centimeter by 7 centimeters and used water-soluble stabilizer as my base. Just trace and cut out the shape and then stick it onto your fabric. For this project I used silk organza. It's light, elegant and holds beads surprisingly well. So after that, here comes the fun part, the beading. I already finished one side of the coin purse with this orchid motif, and I won't go too deep into the beading technique here because I've already made a fully beginner-friendly tutorial that breaks down all the basics. So if you're just starting out, feel free to check that one out first and come back here. Once your beading is done, or if you're working with plain fabric, once you're happy with the surface, carefully trim down the excess fabric around both pieces. Leave a 2 centimeter border all the way around. This makes everything easier to sew together later on. So now comes the sewing part and we will do everything by hand. Now grab your zipper. This part can feel a little tricky, but take your time. First I sew one side of the purse to one side of the zipper, just holding it in place and making sure everything aligns. Sewing everything by hand is a little slower than using a machine, obviously, but honestly it's kind of relaxing. No noise, no rushing, just quiet hand sewing at your own pace. It does take more time, but that's actually a great way to find out if this craft is something you really enjoy before investing in more tools or supplies. And it's also perfect for crafting in the evening or whenever you want some screen-free time. So for the hand sewing, I also use the back stitch. Start by pushing your needle through the fabric from the back to the front and pull the thread all the way through. Then take a small step forward on the fabric, make about 2 to 3 millimeters, push the needle down through the fabric, bring the needle back up again a stitch length ahead of where you first started. Now insert the needle back into the end of the previous stitch. This backward stitch is what gives the back stitch its strength. Once that side is sewn down, I fold the seam allowance over and smooth it out a little just to keep things neat. I carefully stitch along the top edge, going through both fabric layers and the zipper tape. This secures everything, especially the beads, and keeps the zipper from shifting, and it gives the top a much cleaner finish. Once that first side is attached, I take the second fabric piece and line it up on the other side of the zipper, and I just repeat the process. It doesn't have to be perfect since the beads cover the stitches anyway, just focus on keeping everything aligned and tight. Once both sides are attached to the zipper, it's time to close up the purse. I fold everything so the excess fabric is on the inside and the beaded sides are on the outside. Then I sew along the side edges and then the bottom. Again, I work between the beads to hide the stitches and it holds everything in place very well. I usually don't turn it inside out as you would usually sew it with the sewing machine, because the stitches are very delicate and might break if you flip the purse after sewing. But what you get is a compact, handmade and completely personalized coin purse, and the best part, you did it all by hand. So if you've been wanting to try beading or sewing but felt unsure because you don't have a machine, this is definitely your sign. You don't need any fancy tools, just some fabric, beads, a needle and time. And here you can see how the coin purse really takes shape. The only thing I'll probably add next time is a lining, just to give it an even cleaner finish on the inside. But from the outside I wouldn't be able to tell the difference if this had been made with a machine. If you like this, let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you're looking for a full beginner-friendly beading tutorial, you'll find everything on my channel. Happy crafting!